Welcome back to the Lumios Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon, and today we're going to be discussing some regional forms that I would love to see in the Teal Mask Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's first DLC in the Hidden Treasures of Area Zero DLC. Now, we've done the new Pokemon, we've done the new evolutions, we've done the new convergent forms we want to see, and now I want to talk about the new regional variants, because while convergent forms are really cool, they are not an exact replacement to regional variants, because the change is a lot more drastic in terms of species. You know, Tentacle going from a jellyfish to a mushroom, Diglett going from a mole to an eel. Whereas regional variants are a lot calmer than that, like Ninetales just going from a fox to an Arctic fox. And I love that, and I mean, I definitely think that a lot of people do too. People were very upset with the small amount of regional forms that were in Scarlet and Violet, and I'm hopeful that we will get some more in DLC, and these are just ideas that I would really like to see for these forms. Now, what I did for this, since we're talking about the Teal Mask, is I looked at the real-world area that the Teal Mask is seemingly inspired by, Tohoku, and looked for animals there to base this off of. Now, without further ado, let's just get right in with the first one, and that is some love for a Gen 1 Pokemon, because they don't get enough, right? And that is Fearo, which actually is one of the ones who I don't think does get enough. I think that for Fearo, we could get a water-flying Pokemon based off the red-crested crane. Fearo is already very similar in design to a crane, and it does have a red crest. So I say let's just go all the way and give it a more crane-like design, a more elegant appearance, and not as much fierce. I imagine this would be for Fearo only, not for Spearow. But just because I couldn't really picture something for Spearow, but maybe they would give it to Spearow too. Now, water flying may seem a little boring, but honestly, it was either that or fighting flying, and, well, you know, we just got Flamigo. And then I thought, well, what about water fighting? But we just got Quaquaval. So, I'm going with water flying. And I think something to kind of give this an edge on the other water flying types is, for one, make it a physical attacker. You know, Swana's not a physical attacker. Pelipper is not a physical attacker. So, you know, it change up Fearo by making it a physical attacker, or change him from the other water flying types. He's already a physical attacker now, but keep that for his regional variant. I also imagine they could give it a new ability for it to kind of shine a little bit further, and that ability could be some kind of kicking move boosting ability. So think Iron Fist, but instead of punching moves, it's kicking moves. And, you know, really put an emphasis on Fearo's legs, because, you know, that's kind of what cranes are known for, is their very long legs. And so this would boost the power of moves like Mega Kick. Maybe they could even give it Blaze Kick, because a water flying type with Blaze Kick would be kind of insane. High Jump Kick. It could perhaps get the new move that Low Kicks gets, as well as the Lilligant line. I forget the name of it. It's something like Axe Kick, Drop Kick. I don't know. But something like that. Maybe it would even boost Triple Axle. All kinds of things. And I think it will be really cool. And again, while we joke about how Gen 1 gets way too much love, I actually do think Fearo has really gotten the short end of the stick, and does indeed deserve some love. I mean, Pidgeot got a Mega. What did he get? He got nothing. Give him a variant. Now, the next Pokemon we're going to talk about is kind of a staple for regional variants, and that is a normal dark rodent. When we first had Sun and Moon, we had the Rattata line become normal dark with their Alolan forms. Then we had in Galar the Zigzagoon line becoming normal dark. And I didn't get that in Scarlet and Violet, and to be honest, I was a little happy. I mean, normal dark isn't the most competitive typing, and also, you know, it had been done to death, but I saw an animal, and I thought it would be perfect, so we have to talk about it, and that is a Civet. I think that Ferret could become a Civet and be normal dark. Now, I think for an ability for this new form of Ferret, Stakeout would be really good. Intimidate would also be good. I think that this would be such a fun normal dark type, because With Linoon, I felt like Linoon was always a fierce design. So yeah, they made it more aggressive, but it still was always fierce. You know, same with the Raticate line. But Ferret is this cute little snuggly little ferret weasel thing. And now it would be this ferocious, mean, you know, don't cuddle it type of Pokemon. I think it could kind of be similar to Morpeko, where Morpeko is like really, really cute, but its hangry form is not. It'd be like that, where like Ferret is very, very cute, but it's extremely aggressive, and maybe there'd even be things in the game like where there's signs about, you know, hey, don't trust Ferret. It may look cute, but don't hug it. It will attack you. I think that would be such a fun twist on Ferret, because again, I feel like right now it's a very memeable, very lovable, very snuggly mon, and let's change that. That's what regional variants should do, in my opinion. Now for this next one, we kind of have to go back to another video, my new Pokemon video for Teal Mask. I proposed that we needed a Pokemon based off of a Peach, because the Peach is very important to the story of Momotaro, which is very clearly going to play a role. It's got a lot of stuff being pulled from it for the Teal Mask. What with the three main Pokemon, Okidogi, Pheasantipity, and Monkey Dory, clearly being inspired by the pheasant, dog, and whatever the other one is, a monkey, encountered by Momotaro on his journey. But another important symbol of Momotaro is a peach, because Momotaro is called the Peach Boy and was supposedly born from a peach. Like, this elderly couple opened a peach and there was a boy inside, and that was Momotaro. So I think it would be neat to have a peach Pokemon as kind of the mascot for Kitakami, in the same way that like Alolan Exeggutor was a mascot for the Alola region, or Galarian Slowpoke was a mascot for the Isle of Armor. Now, what better Pokemon to give this to than Applin? I know it's a new Pokemon, so it'd be kind of strange to see it get a regional variant. You know, it was only introduced one gen ago, but it would work perfect for this. I imagine Grass Fairy could work really well for it. Flapple could, you know, when it comes out of the apple, now the peach, it would be like a more orangey skin. The worm would be the worm part of Flapple, and then Apple tends to have green, it would be orange, and Flapple maybe even have on its peach wings like glitter or something falling off. I think very similar to like when you see Butterfree use sleep powder or something in the anime, and there's like a trail of glitter leaving it as it's flying. It would be kind of like that when Flapple's moving. You just see like little glitter shimmering off of it to really hammer home that fairy typing. And then Appleton, I imagine it would, like I said, go from green to orange, and then the pie part of its back would be more of a pinkish tint. And again, maybe even when it uses moves and it like shakes its body, you'd see like glitter come off. That would be kind of cute, I think. And Gluttony and Ripen would still work really well for these guys. Hustle, Thick Fat, all of those still work really well. But an option for another ability would be Aroma Veil, as again, I'm imagining they'd be, you know, smelling even better, because like the smell of peaches, which is like one of the best smells in the world, by the way. Love the smell of peaches, love the taste of them too. Give me a peach Pokemon. When this video is over, I'm going to have to go like eat a peach or a peach cobbler or something, because now I'm craving it. Now, next we have to talk about a legendary. The coolest moment for me in that Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra trailer way back when was when it was revealed that we would be getting new Regis, and we would be getting regional variants for legendary Pokemon, for the Galarian, the Cantonian birds. We now have Galarian forms for Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. And I want that shock factor again. I want to see another legendary get a regional variant, because that's so cool. And I say, what better design than for Latios and Latias? Now, my good friend Subarashi designed these paradoxes of Latios and Latias, and I do think that they are gorgeous. I want them really bad to be regional variants, though. So for a moment, I'm going to kind of take this concept and say, really cool idea for a paradox, but wouldn't it also be a really cool idea for a variant? Now, I imagine that the typing on this could be Dragon Water, or, you know, since that's kind of been done to death this gen, maybe Water Psychic. But either way, turning them into slugs would be super, super cool. And I think just take the water typing and put it with one of their other typings, you know, that they already have, either the dragon or the psychic type. It wouldn't really matter. Now, for an ability, Gooey would work. I do think it would be cool if they had some kind of ability to get rid of a typing, like make them immune to a typing, similar to how Latios and Latias now have Levitate, and, you know, that makes them immune to ground type moves. It would be cool if these regional variants of Latios and Latias could get something like that. Sure, you could go with Water Absorb and Storm Drain, but if they're Water Dragon especially, they are a 4 times resist water moves, so that would be kind of a waste. But maybe Sap Sipper or Earth Eater, I don't know, something like that would be really, really cool. But again, if they didn't want to go that route, Gooey works really, really well for it, and isn't a common ability you see, so it would feel kind of special. And it would, like, cause speculation of, wait, so is Goodra related to these regional variants of Latios and Latias? And I love when they do that, you know, in a similar way to how when we saw that Hisuian Electrode was based off of a plant, people started speculating that it could actually be related, you know, that it probably very much was related to Fungus and Amoonguss, you know, as they both mimic the Pokeball, and, you know, Fungus is a fungi, which is treated like a plant in the Pokemon world, and Electrode is a plant as well. So I don't know, it'll be cool to kind of just reconceptualize Goodra like that by giving Latios and Latias a slug variant. Now, for this last one, it is for Salandit, and some of you may immediately be going, Salandit? Well, I got a comment that Salandit's already in the game, so it can't be Salandit. And you're right, and that's why I really actually tried to find a different Pokemon to do this with, but I did ultimately feel Salandit was perfect for it. And the good news is, it is very clearly stated in, like, the press release information and the, you know, all the promotional material for the Teal mask, that this takes place in Kitakami, and Kitakami takes place outside of Paldea. This isn't like the Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra, where they are other sections of the region of Galar. This is a whole nother region, or at least a part of a whole nother region. Kitakami is not Paldea. So, hypothetically, the Pokemon that we see in Paldea could exist in Kitakami as a different form, because these would be Kitakamian forms, not Paldean forms. Now, for the Salandit line, I think that it would be perfect based off of the, and I'm going to read this to make sure I get it exactly right, the Sword-tailed Newt, which I think would be awesome. Have Salandit with a little sword, and I think as its tail, and I think it would be cool if Salazzle is still its evolution. It still evolves into Salazzle, but only the males evolve into Salazzle now, and Salazzle would, of course, get a regional variant. I think that would be such a cool idea. Instead of, like, Salandit, only the males evolve into a new Pokemon that is not Salazzle. I think it would be cool if they had, no, Salazzle still exists in this line, in this form of Salandit, but it's only the males that evolve into it now. I think that would be super, super cool. And, you know, Fire Steel is such an underused typing. We only see it in Heatran currently, and it would be kind of funny because it would still share with its original counterpart that 4-time weakness to ground. And I think a really good ability for it would be Sharpness. Sharpness is a new ability introduced in Scarlet and Violet. It was only given to Veluza, Gallade, Hisuian Samurott, and Kleavor, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think there were any other ones, but it basically boosts the power of cutting moves. So again, similar to Iron Fist, but boosting the power of cutting moves. That's things like Sacred Sword, Razor Shell, X Scissors, Psycho Cut, etc., etc. So I say let's give that to this new form of Salandit and Salazzle, this Kitakamian Salandit and Salazzle. Let it be the male that evolves into Salazzle now. Maybe flip it where 75% of these are female, but only 25% are male, because currently it's 75% chance of finding a male Salandit and only 25% chance of finding a female. So it'd be fun to just literally take the line and flip it around, as well as taking a really cool concept for them and bringing it to life. So yeah, Be sure to let me know in the comments what some of your favorite of these would be. Which of these would you be adding to your DLC team? Also, let me know what ideas you have for regional variants that could exist in the Teal mask. Bonus points if you can base it off something that actually would exist in Tohoku, you know, actually pulling from the source material. But, you know, even if you just have a fun idea and you want to share in the comments, I'd love for you to. So please do. Be sure to also like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Pretty soon we're going to be moving on to the Indigo Disc and the kind of stuff that I would really like to see and think we could see there. You don't want to miss that, so again, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Also, we have theory videos, and you don't want to miss those either. And until next time, I will see all of you later.